Hello, ladies and gentlemen, Repetches here. Eighth round of St. Louis is over. I think Nepomniachtchi is leading, and Corona has the same amount of points, but he's not playing anymore because Magnus forfeited. Withdrawn from the tournament, and most likely that with white pieces, Nepo will win the last match against. He will not lose definitely against Niemann. So let's see this game. Pretty exciting. Again, I was somewhat amazed by Nepo, what he's doing. He plays now his main reply against e4. He was always a Sicilian player, but with knight f4, knight f6, the Petrov, he's doing extremely well. I've seen some statistics recently about the candidates where he was dominating and won with just huge huge advantage, yeah, that he was the most prepared and his games were the shortest. Like he plays the short draw because his opponent doesn't get anything, and he says that okay, let's not play a longer game, yeah, and he's extremely well prepared. He won this game, and I wanted to point out that my view is that White has now a lot of advantages. They win a lot, and he's one of these players who is, capable of also like play for win with Black. Not for a win, but get a decent position, absolute equality, and nobody can like compete with him at this point. And he's after this tournament, he's going to be, I think, a favorite, yeah, because Dean Liran had basically a very big gap between his playing stages. Yeah, he was like not playing for a long time, and he even this candidates, yeah, he started with a loss, with a couple of losses, and then he bounced back miraculously, and he got lucky with Nakamura, and yeah, with these games you cannot like really compete for the championships. And Nepomniachtchi lost a brilliant game played by Magnus in the first round, and it is the result is cancelled. So bishop d6, c4, and c6. Black will play f5 and solidify this knight on e4. I'm not that good a player, of course, but I've seen people like saying that, like Grandmaster Feingold was saying that this knight is, a problem because White will play knight to c3, and it's kind of hanging in the center, but not in this game. Bishop f5. Nepo plays this all the time. Now the strongest response. Bishop c2 and bishop to g6. So notice that if you capture here, then it's actually, you cannot win a pawn because you have to have two like light pieces attacking it. Yeah, otherwise you will lose material. Bishop c7, knight d2, and now f5, yeah, when white is ready to capture the knight. Actually, engine shows that Lich's engine minus 0.5 for black, yeah, and Aronian plays his home analysis, yeah, he just increasing the time. So how is it possible? I completely don't understand, because Aronian is, 2800 player, World Cup winner, and so on and so forth. But it's like move 12 and he's worse with white. Rook f7, it's defense b7 actually, because if you take here, then I win the queen. And Aronian saw it, played bishop c2, h6. Again, advantage just rises for black. The problem is that white lost like a space war. Yeah, this pawn doesn't do a lot for white, and you cannot really jump with the knight to, let's say, e5, because you're going to lose this c5 pawn, which is also a problem. Okay, and knight a6, it's all the engine moves. I recently learned that even the second line move is a mistake. Like, professional chess players consider that. It can be a good move, but it can also be a, you can in a position play the only move, which actually quite, I mean, you're playing like second line of engine, it's still, you lose, yeah. Funny. Bishop d2, yeah, you need to, develop somehow and restrict this knight. Bishop to h5. Rook d1 and queen f6. So now the threat is bishop takes and capture on d4, and then this pawn falls, and I mean, some other issues can happen. So knight to g3. The best move was bishop to c1, and but I think at this point Levon was pretty disappointed with what was going on. I mean, he doesn't want, to passively defend himself. He tries to open up the position. The best move, bishop takes g3, which I would never consider because I don't know. It just doesn't make sense to me. I have a very good bishop, and this knight doesn't do a lot, and just the best move. And queen takes d4. So black won a pawn. This pawn is going to fall as well, and the only thing they have this side knight, and the rook is not developed. So for Levon, it's important to start open up the things because he has a slight development advantage. He takes this pawn, and I don't know. What I would do. Okay, bishop, queen takes b2 is fine. You can always retreat somewhere. You play it something. I cannot play bishop c3 because this square is controlled by black. Rook e2, just taking another pawn. Queen f2. So in this position, I mean, I'm surprised that white has only minus 2.7. Yeah, it's lost completely, but it's like not -5. It's you have other like some play, I think, because again of these two bishops, because Ancient loves two bishops and he gives white a lot of credit for them. Just not sure that it's I mean, this is completely lost. You cannot have worse position than this in chess, I think. a5, rook d8, bishop to b1. White doesn't have any counterplay. I don't see it. Yeah, you cannot even play something like a6 because black will take back with the knight and keep all this perfect structure. Queen a3 and d4. Again, the move I wouldn't consider, but it's the ancient move. So in this position, this is a threat, yeah. If you play something like king h7, yeah, f3, and you hang a piece basically. So he played d4. So let's try f3 here, and it's d3, yeah, counter-attack. Rook e3, queen d4, and yeah, everything is under control. You lose just quickly. So Levon played bishop b4, again pressing this knight here, going back, proposing a draw. If you play knight c5, I can repeat. So obviously c5. And Ian has 40 minutes advantage. I remember Kramnik was speaking not about this particular position. I mean that not with this huge advantage which black doesn't have. Okay, in this position he has winning position. Kramnik was implying that you have to sit down and think for a long time and find the best moves, like knight a to c5 back, for instance. Yeah, but things have changed, yeah, and Nepo just plays also very quickly on time, and his game is it does deteriorate, but it's not like you feel like it's because of time. I don't know. Before that, he gained this huge advantage with black for time, and also Levon makes mistakes obviously in the time trouble. And this is the only move here which gives white equality is g4. G6 probably played immediately. No, for 10, he thought for 10 minutes. C4 was the best according to engine, but it's a pure computer move. Yeah, because the problem is your knight. Yeah, you cannot start, advancing when you want to defend your pieces. King G7. Takes, and actually in this position white gives engine gives white advantage. Yeah, it's amazing. But, bishop takes and the rook takes. White is better. I don't know why he didn't do that. He was 6 minutes. He played rook to d3. Yeah, it's just a hanging pawn. I don't know. Rook d3 and rook to f3. The evaluation is a draw. Probably Levon started to play for a win. He wanted to make it more complicated. Takes. Bishop to d2. I mean, this exchange helped black a lot, I think. Again, this was promising, but yeah. Okay, so let's move on. Queen e6. Pinning the... Now black centralized. Yeah, the problem was the king, but after these trades, I think black has pretty much good king. So can you play? Yeah, he played rook h3. That was my proposal, and rook e6 defending. Queen c1. Yeah, rook g6, and now black starts, dominating the board. Check. Played king to f6. 3. Knight e6. Yeah, evaluation just shifts from one side to another, but we need to know that any trade here, any trade of queens will, I think, very easily give a draw to, win to black because of these powerful pawns. And he's not like investing in moving them ahead. Yeah, he wants just to have a safer position and then at some point, win a game. So they pass this 40 minutes. They have already time trouble is over, and Levon makes the decisive mistake g4. Yeah, but his position is lost. Obviously, he is attacked here, and and this would continue a little bit suffering. King f6, check. King f7. Yeah, knight to g7. So you don't have time to capture it because your pawn is hanging, so you have to play g3. Okay, so he took, check, and in this position white resigned. Very dynamic game, very similar to what Magnus plays, I think, with black, and excellent win. Okay, thank you very much for watching, and see you next time.